Good afternoon. Welcome back to another day of crypto. We're on early today. I figured I would give you guys a little update. But so we got some plans. Me and Johnny are gonna film like a dual crypto show, either every other day or every day. We haven't really decided yet, but essentially it's just gonna be me and him, and every day or every other episode we're gonna flip-flop. So one day I'll give bullish scenarios, next day I'll give bearish scenarios, and then vice versa. And we're gonna try to aim to make it like 4 minutes long, because a lot of the update videos you see from other people typically around 15-minute mark, but we just want to get some quick out there. That way, if you guys don't have time to watch the stream, at least during like a lunch break or something, you can get a little update. But the title of the stream is correct. All right, I will be attempting to. I'm not gonna like meticulously like be sitting here all day. All right, but if I'm at my computer and I see a trade, I'll take the trade, and more importantly, I'm logging it. Okay. Have I quit drinking soda yet? I haven't quit drinking soda, but if you compare what I was drinking in terms of soda to what I drink now, yes, I have. So sodas are more like the treat rather than the normal. So the normal is water, but if I go to a restaurant or if I get like fast food or something, yeah, I'll get a soda. But I do that only maybe like 2 times a week. Other than that, I eat at home. So if I go to like the gas station, I typically just get liquid death. So I would say I've quit soda. Like I haven't like completely cut it out, but definitely like a 95% reduction in the amount that I'm consuming. But no, so I got like a little tiny Excel sheet, nothing special. And I'm only tracking a few metrics. Is it a long? Is it a short? I'm using the 15-minute time frame. And then I'm going to be playing around with like the R&Rs. What's viable? What I should be aiming for. Right now I'm going to go with 3 and see if that's okay. And then length between A and C. So I'm going to be measuring the length in hours, not necessarily candles. So this is a trade that I took last night on Ethereum. I didn't share it in the group just because I don't want people to be too excited until I have some sort of like track record with this time frame. But I mean, this is kind of what we were playing in the past. but we were definitely still doing the hedge method, which I believe the hedge method probably works better on larger time frames. Smaller time frames, it might be accurate to go ahead and go with a just standard take profit, but still trying to figure out whether or not I want to go with 3, 4, 5. What makes sense? What's the most viable, highest win rate, but highest R&R? But this is what I took on Ethereum last night. I'm just going to be using a portfolio size of about $50. And unfortunately, you have to use a minimum on DYDX, and that minimum is somewhere around $17. I'm using 2% risk at the moment, and I'm using a 0.5% stop loss. So on DYDX, since the leverage doesn't quite work the same, it's based off of the totality of the account because it's basically all cross. But as long as you have stop losses set up and everything like that, you're good to go. Like, don't fret. Like, it's not like you're gonna just wreck your account unless you really truly forget to set up a stop loss or something. So be an adult, set up a stop loss. But essentially, instead of putting in the leverage, you can be putting in the contract size. So on DYDX, let's say I want to go in and I want to hit a buy order. All right, I click on USD, and then I go over here. I go 210 contracts, and then, you know, I want to buy at 1776. All right. Well, I guess limit doesn't allow that, but yeah, 210 contracts. And you can see it says leverage is 0.88, but that's 0.88 of the totality of the account. So makes it look weird to what we're used to personally, but it's cool. The contracts is what matters. And then obviously you can go down here. You can set up triggers. You can set up your stop loss here. You can do a standard percentage stop loss. So say 2%, which would be 1761. So we go in here and we set up 0.05%, and that would be 1788. Too high. Or you can just type in the number, of course. Then you can set up a take profit as well. So this trade ended up working out last night. You can see last night at so 5 hours ago. It doesn't give me an actual timestamp, but made like $3. So with a portfolio size of $50 just to start out with, $3 comes out to almost a little bit over 5%. Should be 6% technically. But I was just going back in price action and looking at some of the other opportunities that presented themselves. So this would have been one. You would have gotten stopped out once right here, but still gotten the re-entry. Got your take profit. You would have gotten in right here, not stopped out, gotten your take profit. You would have gotten in. I don't know if that one would have been successful. I don't think so. But like I said, it's not something that I'm going to be sitting in my car doing DoorDash and trying to do. It's going to be like if I come home at night and there's a trade set up, I'll take it. If I wake up in the morning, there's a trade set up, I'll take it. That's the plan going forward. And just trying to build out the trading log here and see if anything is viable. Because I'm trying to find a happy balance between what I like and what you guys want to see. So that way there's more to talk about. And I did take the ice bath that we voted on the other night. I didn't film it because the man's got in my head. He was like, why do you have a need to show people? I don't know. You know? I watched the Minefield episode from like 7 years ago about isolation. And He was like, it's not necessarily your need to share it with people, but to get feedback on your ideas. And I feel like that's what I'm shooting for. It's not a show off type thing. It's, hey, what are you guys doing? How do you feel about stuff like this? I don't know. And it helps me stay on track with stuff. Helps me keep goals. Same like thing like asking like, if God could create a whole universe, why did he make humans? Was he just egotistic? Did he have to share what he was doing with everybody else? Hey, Kite. Trying the trader sync, it's pretty cool, but hedging doesn't show two opposing trades. It just shows up as one trade. Am I missing something? Are you logging them as two separate trades, or are you trying to put it into the same trade? I don't know if I don't think I was using trader sync when we got into the hedging method. I think I was still using like the 0.382 of the ABC that I was currently trading. So if I start having success with this and I really need something with a little bit more power to track it, then maybe I'll go and pay for the subscription to Trader Sync, and then I'll see if I can figure that out for you. But as of right now, I don't know. Hey, Kite, if you were to start from scratch and make a living off of ABC strategy with... Who's calling me? Okay, well, they just hung up immediately. Start from scratch and make a living off of ABC strategy and relatively small income, regular job, how would you do it? Any tips? Is it even doable? So we talked about this in the past. You're going to have to track, all right? Trading logs are a must. Now, if you've been using a strategy for so long and you know it's profitable, if you're okay with what you got set up, go ahead, keep using it. But you need to find out, like, if you want to make this an income, and if it isn't already, you need to make sure that you have realistic goals. So let's say that on a monthly average, because of the win rate and the R&R, you're only walking away with 10% added to your portfolio per month. Let's say your bills are $3,000 a month so that you can get by. I would say you probably need to make somewhere around $6,000 a month. So your portfolio needs to be around $60,000 in order to make it a job, a living, supplemental income, whatever you want to call it. And that could be swing trading as well. So, I mean, if you can get $60,000 and you're making 10% a month, which is swing trading, then hey, you still got time to go do your regular job. So you can have two incomes. But scalping, I'm just not too familiar with. Like, we did probably the 1 hour time frame in the past, maybe took a small couple time frame trades, but it's not something that I can have hard facts on. So portfolio size has to be substantially big because your expectations have to be small, especially accounting for like black swan events and stuff like that kind of like ruin your total plan for the month or whatever. You never know when you're gonna be sitting in a range for extra long, because sometimes it can be, hey, I'm sitting in a range for 2 months, so I might be able to come out with 20%, but that's a month where I don't have that income coming in. So look at your budget. Can you cut back in food, start saving money, apply that to an account, start with a small account, start tracking now, don't waste time. That way, once you have the statistics of this is profitable, then you can go ahead and start throwing more money at it comfortably. Because it's one thing to save up money, start trading, wreck it all, which for some of us, saving up $2,000 could take, 6 months. So you do not want to waste that money. So that's what I would do. Just save. I would save up at least $2,000 and then compound the portfolio to help you get to that goal of whatever you need to fit your income faster. I think at first it's not about turning trading into your full-time job. It's about supplemental income. So if you're making $600 a month from trading, you can take $300 of that and pay one of your bills. It's an extra workload off of you. Ned Flanders. I recognize the name. Is that from like, what's that Nickelodeon show from like way back in the day? Let me Google it. Am I thinking of the right thing? Oh. Why you do this to me? Simpsons? Simpsons were kind of before me. I think the only episode of Simpsons I really remember was like the IPA episode where like they have the dome over the city. That was about it. Stop it, fish. Oh no. Are you using ABCs to enter your baby trades? Yeah. So last night I entered off of this ABC here on Ethereum. I'm going to be using Bitcoin as my macro trades on DYDX, and I'm going to be using Ethereum as my baby trades. And like I said, right now, like in terms of take profit strategy, it's kind of, I'm figuring out. Because technically last night I probably could have gotten close to I could have gotten a 4 R&R off of that. And then on some of these trades, I possibly could have gotten a 4 R&R. That one could have gotten 4. So like I'm trying to figure out what's viable. You know, what has a higher win percentage, but allows me to get the highest R&R. So like I'm still figuring it out. It's not set in stone by any means right now. Right now I'm just testing out a 3-to-1 R&R, which a 3-to-1 R&R. I did kind of mess up in the how to bounce back from losses trading video. Just to make math simple, you can always go to a win rate to R&R calculator. So a 1-to-4 R&R, you only need a 20% win ratio. 1-to-5, 16%, 1-to-6. So like on the macro trades, we typically aim for like above 10. So 10 R&R, you only need a 9% win rate. So I mean, if we have anything above that, we're making money. TradingView told me that as soon as you find the key to the markets, they change the lock. So is that one of your pop-up messages? I swear, they're cocky. They're cocky. Are you sticking to one time frame? Yeah, I'm not going down to the 1-minute chart by any means. I'm sticking to the 15-minute chart. Because like I said, this is not something that I'm going to be sitting here at my computer all day doing. I still like doing the DoorDash. I feel like it's keeping me healthy. It's keeping me active. Social skills are going back up. Because it's one thing to talk to a camera. It's another thing to like talk to people. So I just want to make sure I don't fall into like isolation category like I did during the bull market. So, you know, I'm not going to be putting like any major pressure on, you know, like setting alerts and like making sure like I have to pull over on the side of the road to put in an entry. Definitely not. So it's just gonna be something where I wake up in the morning, scan the market really quick, like I typically do with swing trades anyways. And do I see something forming? So I can kind of keep that in the back of my mind. Is there something that's already formed? Can I set up a trigger point? That kind of stuff. And I did take a look at Apex last night, and I might make the switch over there. It depends. Just because obviously we're still used to that kind of UI and everything like that. I'll be honest, I have a sour taste in my mouth for what Bybit did, but hey, I mean, if Apex is still able to be used, maybe that is an option. Fish, same people every day. Same people every day. Don't bark, please. No, please. Same people every day. Now I do have to be out of here in about 10 minutes, guys. Because I gotta go DoorDash at 1:30. Well, I'm gonna start taking a shower at 1:30, and then I gotta be there by 2. So, I wanted to log on, say hi, let you guys know what I'm doing. So, I mean, if you guys want to join and track trades yourself, you can track it on a different asset. Obviously, the combined effort. And like I said, you don't have to go buy TraderSync. You can just do what I'm doing here. If you want to look at my screen real quick and copy. Can I zoom in on this? No, but I can probably increase the thing to like 24. Yeah, so if you want to go ahead and copy like the headers and fill out information for yourself. And then like once you have a good amount of trades, just send those over. Tell me what asset you're playing. So if you want to go do an altcoin, you can go do an altcoin. Like I said, use a very small percentage of your portfolio, or use a testnet, use paper trading to log the trades. As long as you're being honest with what's actually happening. Did you get stopped out if you're paper trading? My stream, but thank you. Yeah, I didn't think you would be able to hedge positions, but it's okay. It's all right. Carbonated water, man. Just hits you right in the soul. And we're just going through some of the price action here. Like this would have been a nice trade. I'm going to see if there's any correlation between the distance between the C and the A. So like right here was about 9 hours. So that probably would have been a good one. And stuff like this is what like is making me question, like, should I increase the R&R for situations like this, or should I keep it kind of basic? And trying to figure out like what trades to take. You know, do I take trades like this? This one's 11 hours, which that one would have worked out. Then you have situations like this, 22 hours. That one didn't work out. This one is 19 hours, but that one worked out. I'm just, you know, I'm trying to figure out what's viable here in terms of the ABC strategy on a smaller time frame. Because obviously on the swing time frames, we have a much larger stop loss, and we're looking for crazy R&Rs, major swings in directions. So like you're not really, there's no stress involved in terms of whether or not something will work out. But on the smaller time frames, you do start getting an inkling of that. One of the questions that I possibly will go into and make another video on, let me go to the Beyond the Wicks YouTube channel. Once again, I mean, if you're not signed, if you don't have the bell notification on the Beyond the Wicks YouTube channel, please go ahead and do that. Because pretty soon, probably in the next week or two, all the videos are only going to be strictly uploaded to Beyond the Wicks. All right. So they'll no longer be uploaded to my channel, so you might miss them. But this person asked a good question. If you have a rule-based strategy, does psychology even matter? I mean, follow the rules, make money. That's why I don't understand why psychology even matters at all. Although I get that if you stop using a strategy, you can't handle losses, but then you're not even using a strategy anymore. Which is true. Like that's obviously the prime goal of trading. Have a trading strategy that's so meticulously thought out and has so much statistics tracked that it's no longer about what you think. It's what do the statistics say. But psychology matters because it's going to determine what strategy you use from the very beginning, whether or not it is a momentum based or pattern based or candle based or whatever. And it's also going to determine like how you feel about how far you should push that strategy. Psychology, it's not something you can get away from. Like pretending that we are fully a robot is kind of arrogant. It's the end goal, but do you ever get away from it? Probably not. It's just about being able to watch your psychology and separate yourself from it. The same thing like going like, you know, am I hungry? You know, and then dissecting that thought of hunger and going, I'm not really hungry. It's just, you know, chemicals in my brain because I typically would eat around this time, but I've eaten plenty of food today, and kind of separating yourself from the psychological hormone factor and putting it into a logical position. I don't know if I'm too big of a fan with trailing stop losses, I'll be honest. Maybe with this trading strategy, we'll play around with like thresholds where if you get, 1% in the profit, like 1.5% is the 3 R&R that we're looking for. But if we get into 1% profit, maybe then I can go ahead and, squeeze my stop loss a little bit and see if that helps with, the trading strategy and if that makes sense. But trailing stop losses, I don't necessarily agree with. I feel like they are pretty much there for people that are afraid, really afraid of losing whatever position they have. And that's the problem. If you're afraid of losing it, then you'll never get to your potential take profit. You don't want to read my comment? What do you mean? Comment on the live stream or comment on, did you leave a comment on one of the videos? This guy said, I heard that if you follow good risk management, you can even win with a 50-50 strategy like a coin. I don't think you could win, but you have a better chance of getting lucky. Like you would need a 49-51 strategy. Like you're always looking for just a tiny bit of edge, and then that's where risk management makes the difference. But if you have no edge, aka 50-50, then it's more about luck rather than risk management or strategy. There has to be some small skew. It could even be a fraction of a percent. As long as you have that, you're good. He said, shake my head, liquid death. SMH my head, my head, my head. Imagine drinking water called liquid death. Who entertains Satan? Are you like equating like Satan to death? I mean, okay. I mean, there's nothing like demonic on the can. I'm pretty sure you're just joking. Look into the company? I mean, are you talking about like the imagery on their boxes? Because I mean, it just has like the Grim Reaper and like a clock, which just factors in like the expiration date of the water. And I mean, like, even if it's true, like you only give power to the things that you choose to give power to. So I'm drinking it because it's water. Like I don't necessarily care. Like it's just water. So if I was like, I'm drinking this water because it's Satan's water, I love Satan, like then okay, yeah, I guess I get your point, but it's just water. So I'm not giving any power to anybody. I'm just paying for water. I gotta go very soon. About 5-10 more minutes, even though I said 10 minutes 10 minutes ago. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that, like blackjack decks are automatically shuffled now instead of just pooled. But like even if they add multiple decks, you just take whatever, chance you had to win and then divide it by 4 and then do the math. Can do TA on the NQ. You talking about the NASDAQ? We're starting to get a top right here. Like, it's very strange that we're pumping on the US 100. It's kind of blowing my mind right now. But I don't know. The market's just too damn thin. It looks like a bull trap. Like, don't you agree? Like, we have the ABC top here, even though like we had one back here, that one failed. But like I would say we're still kind of at the resistance at this level. Like we haven't quite surpassed it. We're definitely above it. So, I mean, there's that. But it definitely could still turn back around. This could be definitely an average zone because there was like a lot of chop around this area. So we got the ABC set up. Definitely been oversold for quite a bit. I'll probably start incorporating like very simple indicators back into, especially on the Beyond the Wicks YouTube channel, just so people have something to idealize, because nobody can have just a simple answer to the market anymore. But especially like the 100 and 200 moving averages. But like on BTC, 8 hour, we're using the 200 day as resistance. Well, not 200 day, but 200 moving average as resistance. On the daily, we are technically using as support right now. And if we kind of draw this line out, you can see where that's kind of lining up, where if we do come down, we'll probably see some sort of support around that 25K level, but we already had that marked out. You didn't need the moving average to tell you that that was a support level. It's there. But you can see we're falling through it on the 12 hour. Yeah, and NVIDIA's been taking off like a rocket. Definitely made an impact in my portfolio. But holding on to AMD, and AMD's seeing it as well, which I don't know if they're making any AI plays as well, but it might just be them trying to capitalize on the hype from NVIDIA. But absolutely rocking it. Tech is doing well right now. But the thing that scares me is just look at the DXY. The DXY is taking off like a fucking rocket. That's why, I mean, all things granted, that's happening in the tech markets. I don't think it's going to be very good for Bitcoin. Now, it would be really cool, and it probably already exists, but if they could make a decentralized AI on the blockchain that can't be controlled and told what to say, that would be very interesting. Basically, like a chat GPT without handcuffs. It's free to give you whatever information it wants, and it doesn't have like any limitations. Which someone's gonna be like, "That is very dangerous, Austin. Don't you dare suggest that. I don't want the Terminator, up in here." But I feel like AI is gonna get commercialized. It's gonna get locked up. I mean, it pretty much already is. And the ones that we do have access to, they're very limited. So I mean, if someone could figure it out, I know Sean Webb who has a lot of publications on human emotions and how the brain works. He's working with some AI people to build emotional intelligence into AIs. Basically give them, a human brain almost. The thing is, people like to argue that AIs won't be sentient. But what makes you so special? The fact that you're a computer made out of biological material? Like that's all you are. Like you are electrical impulses going through a circuit board in your brain. Now we have chemicals, hormones that can influence the thoughts, but other than that, like it's just perception, taking the outside world in as data and then referencing that based on a backlog of previous collected data and then coming to a conclusion. Like that's it. You have, oxytocin that causes love and everything like that, but who's to say we can't build the same thing into a robot? Like I have my opinions. Like I'm trying to remain like objective here. I have my opinions on what I think is correct and what should happen, but I'm one dude, so. But oh, you don't have an auto shuffle? That's sick, man. Have you read The Man Who Beat All Markets? What do you do if a half-naked, beautiful DoorDasher refuses to give you money? My DoorDasher is refusing to give me money? Or are you talking about like a customer? and am I the half-naked DoorDasher? Refusing to give money? Are you trying to put me in your plot? Yeah, definitely the next position I'll probably be looking at is right now we're looking at about 5-6 hours until we put in that higher high. Hopefully it's somewhere closer to 9 to 11. So I have a feeling like that's the prime ticket for A to C. But this will, like when I get home tonight, this probably will be the trade that I take and see if it works out. That's the thing. Like you can always like change the time frame to fit your opinion, but if we look at the 1 hour, that would be hitting resistance of the moving average, and hopefully it'll turn back around. But then if we look at the 15 minutes, it'll be above. So who knows? Yeah, man to Beat All Markets. Maybe that was the name of it. Yeah, very good book, and it talks about the mathematician who basically broke blackjack and then went on to apply that to basically the father of quantitative trading. He first figured it out with blackjack, beat the game, and like it goes on like a cool storyline where they went through Vegas and like basically took everybody's money. Very good book. But all right, guys, I gotta go for today. As much as I want to stay and chat, appreciate you as always, and don't worship the the water Satan, I guess. You know, just drink it. It's water. You know, don't attach any negative connotations to something that is very vital to your survival, I guess. My thing is like, if liquid death is like Satan, 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 you don't think like the utility companies are like the same way? Or you're like, are you under the impression that everything is that? I don't know. It's a terrible world to live in. Why don't you look at the positive? Like, but okie doke. I'll see you guys maybe later tonight to get a little update on what's going to happen on that. But if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to start waking up earlier because me and Johnny plan to record the update videos in the morning. And then we'll release that video sometime around 1 p.m. EST. I figure that's a good time, pretty much right now. Unfortunately for Australians, maybe not because it's nighttime for you guys, but it'll be evening time for my European friends. They'll be getting home from work and chilling out, so they'll be able to watch it. And for my American fellows, West Coast maybe not, but you should be on like lunch break or something. Be able to go ahead and check out a 4-minute video. Let me go ahead and search it out for you just to make sure. A Man for All Markets, From Las Vegas to Wall Street, How I Beat the Dealer and the Market, by Edward Thorpe. Very good book. Fun to read, too. Not, you know, Best Loser Wins by Tom Hugard. Fun to read, full of interesting stories, but it's definitely trader. This one kind of takes you through like a whole life of a man who started off as a mathematician, you know, went into card counting, and then went on to go and apply that. It's very fun to read. Very fun story. But all right, let's do the thing. I'll see you guys tonight, okay? Or tomorrow, whichever one. Look into my eyeballs. I know we didn't do Wordle today, but I gotta go. Don't have time. Probably should have done it earlier if I was gonna do it. But okay. Okay. Bye.